Good evening, welcome to live shopping here at Highlight Crafts. My name's Mel, I'm going to be your host this hour. We've got a lovely Jane on cameras.
Hello.
Cheers. Got Sam in the driving seat.
Evening.
Evening. And you've got me for an hour. Sorry, I've just been doing this. How pretty that is.
Oh,
From a stencil.
that's nice.
From a stencil SVG file. I'm going to play with tomorrow, but I've got them on show tonight as well. Welcome to live shopping. I hope you've joined us during the day as well. We've had some cracking shows today and we've kind of brought some bits together in here because I looked at the counter and went, yep, no. Need more than that, please. So we've got a couple of Fleurs deals on from earlier on today, which absolutely flew. We've got the stencils on that myself and Corinne.
Mike.
Thank God, Mike.
Oh, it's on table.
Flipping heck! Tell you. It's been a lot today. We've had a lot to do and I'm still getting through it. Fortunately, Stephanie's got a painting club tonight, so I'll be here till 8:30. So I've got another hour and a half after this to make sure that stuff continues to happen. Sorry about that, completely forgot. You know what I'm like. It's the thing, isn't it? It's the mic. Anyway, looked at the counter, not enough product. Added a couple of the Fleurs bundles on from earlier on that were really busy. We've got the mini stencils on. We've got a cracking little paper craft kit with a little mini trimmer. What's that? Does this go with it? Oh, we've got two hole punches in it then. That one and that one. We've got a spare little blade for your trimmer and a corner rounder. Every crafter needs a corner rounder. We've also got last of the remaining stock, as far as brother have told us, on our A3 borderless inkjet printer, which is very exciting. Got a few of the deal left on the foil pen, and yeah, got lots of goodies for you, so we'll have a play around. Have you set up the wardrobe? No. Right, Sam's going to set up a code, and as soon as it's ready, we'll let you know, and I'm going to give this away because I thought that would be really nice in somebody's little craft room. Oh, would be if it wasn't broken, wouldn't it? Flipping out might be something different then. Yeah, that's no good. Can't give that away, Sam. Tell you what, we'll do points in this hour, and then tomorrow we'll do something else. I'll find something that's been beaten and battered and chucked in a cupboard. Right, let me tell you a little bit about live shopping, first of all. Super easy for you to watch us here at Highlight Crafts and also shop at the same time, which is always good, isn't it? I like a bit of shopping. So you can find us on various different platforms. If you want to watch us on your TV, you can put us on YouTube, which is super. You can also watch us on Facebook, Instagram, and our website, which is highlightcrafts.com. Now, to shop, you need to shop on either of our socials or our website. So to shop on our socials, each product that I show you will have a code, and all you need on Monday, all you need to do to purchase that product is type the word shop and then the code for that product into the Melanie comments underneath the video. It's been a busy afternoon. I've got one part of my brain in an exploding box and another part in stencils. Focus, Heaton. So you can, that's super easy. So if you look on your screen right now, the two words in bold, shop glue, is what you would type into the comments to purchase our fabulous Kit and Caboodle glue gun with the extra glue sticks. Then you'll get a direct message. When you open that message, you'll find a link. Click the link. That will take you to our website where you can log into your account and then check out those baskets. Because even though we're bringing you deals, you will still get your discount off if you log into your account as a club member, okay? Now then, if you would prefer to shop directly on our website, you can also do that. Just pop on over to highlightcrafts.com. Oh, Sam, you're generous.
Yeah, where is that?
We are now You don't need shop codes for that. All you need to do is press play, and as soon as that show goes live, all the products in that show will appear down the right hand side of your screen. You then select the ones that you wish to purchase. They'll appear at the top of your screen in a little red shopping bag, and when you're ready to log in and check out, click on that bag and that will take you through that process. Now, if you're brand new to us, please say hello in the comments. We'll grab the iPad in a minute and we can say hello to a few of you. But please, 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 before you shop with us, make sure you open an account. It's free. Just pop over to our website. You can open an account on there, and what that means that you will get extra discount, not just on your first order, but every single order that you place with us, whether it's for something that's already on a deal or whether it's for a higher priced item, you will get that club discount. On top of that, you're also going to get 5 points back for every £1 that you spend. Now, I've had a lot of people buy big items like this with their points. So you can collect them and save them and build them up for a bigger purchase, or you can use them as you go along. It's entirely up to you. And then if you get your basket spent to £35 or over after discounts, we're going to pay you postage. Now, it's £2.95, but those £2.95s add up, right? So it's better in your pocket. So let's make sure that we're doing that as well. Right, I'm going to start with the big item because this is the printer that I am making space for at home. Started yesterday, did a bit yesterday. Started yesterday, I was like, I'm going to have that printer. And I'll tell you why, because I love 12 by 12 papers. I like them for doing things like my scrapbooking on. I like them for box frames. I like them for just all sorts of different things. I'm obsessed with 12 by 12 papers. I have hundreds, well, no, actually, I'm going to rephrase that. Probably have thousands of them. This is the closest I can get to 12 by 12 because it's A3, but it's borderless. It gives me enough scope to be able to get as close as I can to 12 by 12. Look at the quality of the print. Now, this is from Brother. We didn't just go to Brother because they are, we partner with them for scan and cut. We did our research, and this was one of the top inkjet printers, A3. Now, this will just be dispatched from Thursday. I know it's a considered purchase, but if you're serious about rice paper, if you want big, A3 printing, but at its best, then this printer is absolutely fabulous. It has a back loading tray for A3 and a front loading tray for A4, so you don't have to print A3. It is an A4 printer as well. Comes with your ink. Now, when we had this on last week, a couple of you messaged in to say that Brother do something called Eco Pro, and it means that you can sign up, and I think somebody said for the first 6 months it's free. Now, we had a lady message in and said she bought this, signed up for that because it's free. They sent her the 4 ink cartridges full, as well as the ones that you've already got in your box. And then when it's getting close to when your ink's getting lower, and they'll be able to tell, they automatically send you your next 6. But somebody said it was free for the first 6 months. So get all your printing done, because while they're paying for the ink, make the most of it, right? I know, how fabulous is that? So yes, you're paying $269.99 for your printer. You'll get your discount off that. You'll get your points back. There won't be any postage. You've got ink inside it. The quality of this print is absolutely superb. Look at that. That's on our vintage writing paper. Look at the clarity of that. Now, when I was doing the Book Nook, if you wonder what we're talking about, tune in tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. When we launched the Book Nook on Saturday, we started, well, it's a bit complicated to explain right now, but we're starting Book Nooks, and the first one is like a secret garden, and you go through the door at the back into the world of Book Nooks. And when I was printing off the artwork that Lauren had designed, it didn't quite look right on laser. It was a little bit too much of a sheen on it. I wanted it to be matte, flat matte, but with a really good quality ink lay down. So I used this printer rather than our normal laser one. And you could mix the two together. If you've got a laser printer at home, then you're away. But this is just, I mean, look at the quality of that. But edge to edge, that's the bit for me. That's the bit that makes the difference. Yes, I've got an A3 printer at home. Doesn't fit, doesn't do edge to edge, because I had this whole discussion with Mick this weekend. He's like, what do we need another one for? We've already got one. I went, no, you've got one that you use for just printing box standard stuff off. I need one for my craft. Why can't you use that one? I went, because it doesn't print borderless. Had this whole discussion. Kind of that on this. And then you turn it over. Look how beautiful that is on there. Right, now then, Shop Inkjet. This will get you that for $269.99. It will be dispatched to you from Thursday, so this week, which is great. So we're nearly back. Go on. DPD. DPD?
Yeah.
Is that a good thing?
To go Royal Mail.
DPD, because it's too big to go Royal Mail. That's our Sam. There you go. And that will be dispatched to you from Thursday. Congratulations to the person who's got that in the basket. You were on the ball, weren't you? I know, I think I might have to have one. I'm not sure if I can get it quite yet, but I'm saving my points. Right, let's have a look at the next thing. Now then, this, why is it that every time I come in here and do this, it's never open? Why is that? Because we must have hundreds of them somewhere opened. Another one coming out now. I don't know. I need to start sorting a cupboard out because it drives me mad. Right, now then, big statement here. And I can't find mine because every time I put it on my desk, somebody nicks it and borrows it and then doesn't give it me back. This, you ready, is the best hot glue gun I have used in 38 years of doing something creative for a living. Because, well, there's a few reasons. First of all, it's cordless. I know. Love it. Now, my situation at home is I've got my desk, and underneath my desk at the back on the wall is a plug socket. So I have to put the extension in and either put it on my desk, which takes up some of the space, or plug my glue gun in underneath and have it on my table. And then the cord twists and I have to lie it like that. And then all the glue melts into the glue gun and it's ruined. Plus, every time I want to switch it off, I have to get on my hands and knees and get under the table. It's all right when you're 20. When you're 56, it's not that easy to get back up again, is it? So we're going to make this as simple as possible. You've got a cordless glue gun. Comes with your plug, so you just plug it into a USB port. That little bit goes into the back there. First thing, it's got an on-off switch. So when you're charging it, make sure it's switched off. Okay, that's a top tip. When you switch it on, that light will go blue. When it's ready, it will go green. And then you can just switch it on and off as and when you want to, okay? It's got a really good stand, so it stands perfectly. The worst thing you can do with the glue gun is that. But when your stand's rubbish or your cord's twisted, it's very difficult to keep a hot glue gun stood like that. So that's the first thing. Also comes with 3 glue sticks. And because we can, we're going to give you another 50. All right, now $27.99 down from, is that $33.48, Sam? Will get you this. Now, the other reason that I love it is, first of all, it doesn't drip. I know, that's a big statement, isn't it, for a hot glue gun, because all hot glue guns drip. This, if there's a bit of glue left on the end and it heats up, you might get a little blob. But apart from that, it does not drip. And the reason it doesn't drip is because it just gets to the right temperature to melt that glue. It doesn't burn it. So you don't get that horrible yellowy colour that looks like nicotine stain. That's horrible. It's a really clear, crystal clear glue. It is absolutely fabulous. I've had this on a stand at a show when we've been out and about demonstrating, and I've had it on all day. Yes, I've had it plugged into a USB port, and when I'm not using it, I've just unplugged it and used it. But honestly, no drip. Last time we went to, it was the NEC, I think, we had to buy new tablecloths because the glue gun that I took, couldn't find mine, the glue gun that we took dripped that much on the tablecloth over the 4 days we had to bin it. It was awful. So this, if you're in the market for a really good quality glue gun, get yourself one of these because it really is the best glue gun you'll ever use. Let me say good evening to a few of you. I haven't talked to you yet, have I? That's rude. Right. Wow. There's a lot of people here tonight, Sam.
Yeah.
What's going on? And that's what it is. It's because you're here, Sam. Everybody knew that you'd be producing. We've got Chris with us, Lorraine's with us, Fran. We've got Barbara with us, Sandra, Aileen, Barbara B, Elaine, Lisa, Alison, Karen, Avril, Valerie, Sue, Sandra, Jackie, Chris, Pauline, no Mike Mel, oh no. Lorraine, have you got your Mike Mel, Connie? Yeah, no, Mike Mel, says Chris, I know, sorry. Oh, they're all shouting at me. Don't shout at me, it's been a day. We've got Ritz 2665, we've got Elaine, Karen's with us, Alison, Julie, oh, she's put exclamation mark, she's really shouting at me. Maybe we need to shout, I know, don't. We've got Morwen with us, Tim's with us, Karen's with us, we've got Lorraine, I'm trying to whiz through some of these, Sarah Jane's with us, Anne, Julie's with us from Richard and Julie. Hi, evening, both of you. Let's have a look. I have an A3 printer. My friend bought it me. That's nice. Nice friend. Has the printer got paper years to hide the paper, if that makes sense? Paper years?
Yeah.
What's paper years? I don't know what paper years are. To hide the paper. Has the printer got paper years to hide the printer? Tim, I think you need to retype that. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what that means.
No.
Sorry. It might be predictive text. Type the word slick into the comments, because we're not. And we'll give some points away. Just saying. Oh, right. Hang on. Bit of a long shot, says Tim. I have a lot of metal dies. Machine's not working great. Is there any way of cutting them out and scanning onto your scan and cut to keep using, if that makes sense? It does make sense, but if you can't die cut them out of card, you can't scan that die cut in. You can't scan a die in. Please don't do that, because if that slips out and gets caught in your machine, you're in trouble. Sorry, late to the party. Been making chicken wraps with sweet chili sauce and Peronaise. What's Peronaise?
Was it peri-peri and mayonnaise?
Maybe. Got Pam with us, Lexi, Carol, Lorraine, Shirley, Judy, Marie's with us, Trays, Tim, right, Tim. Paper trays to hide the paper. Has the printer got paper trays to hide the paper? I don't understand.
So, you know, like at the front.
Yeah, there's a tray where you put your paper in.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I mean.
Yeah, there has to be a tray to put your paper in, otherwise it won't work. Jane, can you do that? Because I can't work in blind deal. There you go. There's one there. And then your A3 one is at the back here. Honestly, Tim, it's brilliant. It's really good, really, really good. And you can ask it to print with the border on or without. It's entirely up to you. But A4, A3, and the rice paper, and we don't know why, but it does. If you print on this printer on or rice paper or A3 rice paper or A4 rice paper, it doesn't bleed. David literally soaks it in a sink full of water. Don't bleed. Pam's with us. We've got loads of you with us. Right, now then, moving on. Let's talk about printable acetate. Is this on a deal? Oh, it is. It's on a buy one, get one free. Now, this is fabulous. Tomorrow, I'm going to teach you how to put aperture words into the exploding box that Corinne launched this morning. We're going to do quite a bit with that tomorrow. And we're also going to work with the mini stencils. The printable acetate will be lovely behind that. Now you're getting a pack of 25 sheets. Normally that's $14.99, but we're doing a buy one, get one free. Now on one side it's slightly rough, and on the other side it's smoother. One side is for inkjet, one side is for laser. So you're getting 50 sheets of printable acetate. Now if you watched Stephanie the other day when she brought you the new Lux decals, with the Mycroft Studio that went with it, she printed it off on vellum. You could print it off on printable acetate and then put your Lux stickers over the top. It's a fabulous product, this. If you've never tried it, it's lovely. And if you print something on here and put it over the top of our non-shed glitter card, opulence. Absolutely fabulous it is. So if you want that, Shop Acetate $14.99 is going to get you 2 packs of that, which is just crazy bonkers value, but fabulous. Love that. Right, so that's your printable acetate. Now then, this mat with this tool is incredible value for money. So you're getting an A3 clear cutting mat, so it's a self-healing mat. It can go on top of your A3 light board, so the light comes from underneath, which is great. But you're also going to get, it's got your centimetres along the bottom and up one side, and then it's got your inches up the other side and across the top. It's also got, this is what I like about this, your card sizes and your paper sizes on here in inches and centimetres. You've also got a diagonal on, so if you want to cut an angle, you've got that on there as well. But you're also going to get this tool. Now, this is one of the best craft knives I've ever used. I don't use your craft knife very often, but you've always got to have one in just in case. And this is fabulous. In fact, I'm going to undo this so that you can see it. Sorry, Sam, I'm wrecking your stock.
You're all right.
I'm all right, she says. That's all right then, as long as I'm all right. Right, now then, I'm going to get that in there. And I'm going to get that. Bear with, there we are. So, first of all, there's nothing worse than working with a craft knife if it's not comfortable to hold. This is fabulous. I love the fact that the lid, you've got to pull it because it's tight, but look how fine that blade is. That point there is really sharp. Love that. It's also triangular, so it fits ergonomically. It is fabulous. In fact, let me just grab a piece of card. I shouldn't do this on here because I'll get in trouble, but hey ho. Look at this. Look how smooth that is, and I don't have to press down. Now that's through our 300 GSM card. Super, super, super smooth. You also get extra blades in here, so you get 5 extra blades. You also get a pokey tool, and you get 2 embossing ball tools as well. So it's not just a craft knife. You can switch it up and have it for all those different crafts. You've also got a pair of your reverse tweezers. So super, super easy to use. Once you've got used to these, they're brilliant. You squeeze them to open them, click them, and then look, while you're holding them, no pressure on it. No pressure on it at all. Are you all right, Sam?
Yeah, I'm just looking if it definitely goes up to A3.
Oh, it definitely goes up to A3. Look.
Somebody asked if it goes just a bit bigger than A3.
Well, don't get my, this is A3 paper. This is our A3 paper. So I'm guessing it does. Wouldn't be able to select an A3 print if it wasn't. But look at that, how fabulous is that? So now, Sospeso, for example, you're not holding on to that flour while you're heating it. Honestly, they nagged me for years to try tweezers, and I tried them and I could not get used to them because I was so used to painting out of a bottle like that. When it came to holding something tight like that, it really hurt my hand. And I can start to feel I'm getting arthritis in my hands. I can start to feel it. But the reverse tweezers, oh, no, I wouldn't have them. I wouldn't be without them. They're absolutely brilliant. Does that go back in there? There you are. Now, and that's where you get your spare blades and your extra tools in there. $14.99 for your craft knife, your embossing tool, your piercing tool, and your tweezers, and your A3 mat. Shop mat, $14.99. Please get that while the deal's on. Even if you don't cut on a mat like this, use it just to protect your desk because it's white clean. It's a brilliant, brilliant product, that. Shop mat, $14.99. Now, serious now, we don't have a lot of these left, okay, because we're running out of foils. But if you have a hot foil pen in your stash and you are ready for some new foil, get this deal. Because here's the thing, these foils, now there's 5 meters on each of these. These foils are beautiful. In fact, I'm just going to let you have a quick look at that while I grab these from over here so you can see some of the colours that we've got in here. All these samples here have been done with these foils, just so that you can see the colours that are in there. So you've got your silver and your gold and your copper. there is one somewhere, no, I don't think I've got it, with a deep chocolate brown. That's not black, it's like a dark, dark, dark espresso. But all of these have been done with this classic set of foils. Now, the foils are $24.99. You get 5 different metallics. You get 3 meters on each, so you get 15 meters in total, and they are $24.99 for a pack. But you'll notice on the screen that this is included with it. So you're either buying your foils and getting your hot foil pen free, or you're buying your hot foil pen with a £10 discount and those thrown in. Either way, you're getting a ridiculously good deal. So if you're running out of foils, you might as well get this, because you can gift it to somebody if you've already got them, or you can just keep it just in case. This deal, seriously, amazing. This is my favourite Craftmaster tool we have ever done. If I get the opportunity to demonstrate this at some of the shows, I am so happy, I can't tell you. You get your little stand in there. Now, that little piece of metal there just lifts up and your pen rests on that so it doesn't touch your table. You then get your pen itself. You get 2 different nibs. To put the nibs in, you're just going to pull that collar back, drop the nib in, let it go, and then you heat it up. So you press that button, you'll get a little red light there. As soon as it's got to temperature, it'll turn green. It stays up, keeps temperature for about an hour to an hour and a half. What I do is set myself a little timer on my phone. And when it goes off after about an hour and a quarter, I switch it off, I switch it back on again, and I carry on using it. Little tip that I picked up while we're out and about. And then you're also going to get 3 meters of gold and 3 meters of silver. So you're getting 6 meters of foil in your kit. Now, to get that, plus your foils for $24.99, which is the price the foils will be on their own, is fabulous value for money. We haven't got a lot of these left because we're running out of foils. So if you want it, please get it into your basket in this hour and check it out. We had a lot more than this than when we brought it last week.
All allocated.
All allocated. Right.
Quick question.
Go on. Yes, please.
Can you use that foil with the Scan Cut foiling kit?
Yes, you can. So get that for your Scan and Cut. You get a foiling pen free. That's going to come in handy when we do our book nooks. Just putting that out there. So, and what's a book nook? You can go and have a look, but ours are different. Ours are going to be really cool. Right, now then, I need to talk to you about stencils. So tomorrow morning, on our Scan and Cut shows, we have 2 new things. We have these stencils, and we also have the Exploding Box, which is the new card shape, box shape from our design team. So every Monday now at 9 o'clock, Corinne is going to launch a new card shape, and it will either be as a physical templates that you draw around and score and cut out and make a box or a card, or it will be SVG files. So we're going to be doing that tomorrow. These are the stencils that we launched on Saturday, myself and Corinne. Now they're mini stencils. They are designed by us, so you can get them as SVG files. So you're going to get all of these, all 12, in these lovely little mini stencils. They're gorgeous, aren't they? Tomorrow, what we're going to do, and you can see all the pictures on there, so you can see all the different elements. Now, just before we came in here, I took one of the flower heads, which was this one, made it a little bit narrower, got rid of the leaves and the stem, and created that. How lovely is that? That on the front of your card, sentiment inside, little faux frame around the outside edge, job done. Or that could be a stencil. It's entirely up to you. Then I decided to do something different with it and came up with that one. Now that's just 2 different things from one of those stencils. Shop SVG is going to get you all 12 for $9.99. Then you'll get your discount and your points back. These are fabulous if you like doing stenciling your wrapping paper, gift bags, gift boxes, tags, cards, creating much bigger patterns from that. I mean, how beautiful is that? If you were back to buy that as a die, it will cost you a small fortune. And I'm going to say you can probably do it with most of the ones on here. So definitely those 4. You can work it out with those. That would make a beautiful background stencil. So we're going to really get to grips with our little mini stencils tomorrow and create lots of different things. And you'll notice that this is cut out. So where that one's cut in, I've also made it cut out. So you can then start to play around with lots of different things like this. So tomorrow in our Scan and Cut shows, we're going to have a lot of fun with that. And we've also got 3 different options of machines for you tomorrow as well. I know, we're doing well, good. Right, so if you want your mini stencils, I love these. And I'll tell you something, these with your foil pen will be fabulous. In fact, I'll leave those out and we'll try and get one in this show. Now then, the other thing that we also launched at the same time was the embossing stencils. Now these are completely different. You can't cut these on your Scan and Cut. So if you are going for that and you then want to emboss them, please get these as well. This is a completely different material. It's thicker, it's much thicker, and it's really rigid. Can you feel? Listen, it's dense. And it enables us to cut these embossing ones out. Now, if you've got mini embossing folders or any embossing folders really, the downside of an embossing folder is that because you are capturing or encapsulating that card in between a positive and a negative shape, when you put it through your die cutting machine, you'll get creases down the sides because it's holding that, the embossing folder's moving, the rubber mat's moving, but your card is stuck almost. It's forced into that certain area. So you will get cracks down the side. The joy of having embossing stencils like this is that you don't. My top tip would be just tape it at the top. Don't tape it top and bottom, because when you put it through your Pro Cut with your rubber mat is going to want to move. If you've taped it top and bottom, it doesn't allow that card to move. And you'd think the card would move and then it would spoil the design. It doesn't. So these are fabulous. I love these. We've even gone to the trouble of taking off the codes because we left the codes on the original ones. Corinne tested them and she was like, can't have that on there because you see it on the piece of card that you've embossed on. So Becky's gone in and taken them off. These are fabulous. Really, really fabulous. Now, to get those as a physical product, Shop Emboss $19.99 is going to get you 12 of them. That is brilliant value for money. If you like making smaller cards or tags, or you make and sell for charity, you could do one of those on a small card with a sentiment underneath, put half a dozen of them with some envelopes in a little handmade box. Job done. Honestly, quick, simple, easy to do. But embossing, they're fabulous for that. So if you want those, Shop Emboss $19.99 is going to get you all 12 of those. Right, I'm just going to skip these for a minute and I'm going to come to this. These are your 3-piece plastic spreader set. Now these sold out last week. We've managed to get some more in for you. These are the ones that David uses when he does the silk screens. So, you know, the silk screens, when he does the candle paint on the candles, the ones that go round a surface, this is what he uses, and they are absolutely fabulous. They'd also be really quite good as well for benching your card down on your Scan and Cut. If you haven't got the official scraper, they'd work. Probably be quite good for de-icing your windscreen as well, just putting that out there. Shop set $5.99 will get you that. So I was worried, wasn't I, last weekend about going home. Yeah. Oh, 2 miles down the M1, no snow. That's ridiculous. Nothing. Literally, nothing. Driving over, well, past Saddleworth, because you go M62 goes right through it. There's like a slight sprinkling, nothing major at all.
But it's the worst snowstorm in 20 years.
Oh, it's the worst snowstorm in 20 years, allegedly.
I thought East from the Beast were.
Ooh, what?
Beast from the East.
I have no idea what you're trying to say.
Beast from the East.
The Beast from the East?
Yeah,
what was that?
2018.
Oh, well, they reckon this was the worst one. Can you use the foiling through the embossing stencil? Yes, you can, Fran. And then you can emboss it afterwards. Right. Carol M has asked a question. I've got to find Carol. No, hang on. Carol D's asked a question. I've got to find the question because Carol B says, good question. Can you foil Yes, you can use a foil with a foiling scanning cup. Yes, you can. Sorry, it goes backwards and forwards. We definitely need the brains and inspiration from the Highlight Crafts team. That's debatable today, terribly debatable today. My brain feels like it's got more today. Right, now then, Pro Cut cutting plates. Do you want to cut fish faster? You can do that. We've got them in a smaller size. So you can either put them in that way or that way, whichever you prefer. Just make sure it hits the sensor, but it means that they go through a little bit quicker. So if you want these for your Pro Cut, remember your 3mm goes on the bottom and your 5mm will go on top. We do sell magnetic sheets. Now the magnetic sheets that we do under the Kit and Caboodle brand are the ones that you can use in your Pro Cut. So you can cut one of those in half and you'll get your metal shim in there as well. We also do the rubber mat as a separate. So if you wanted to buy one of those and cut that in half, you've got a full set to be able to do whatever you want to do with those. Both of them together, shop plates, $17.99 will get you that. Now then, this is a cracking little kit. Look at this. So you're going to get a little mini trimmer, all right? Now this isn't going to replace your big trimmer, but if you've got things at home and you're like, I just want to cut a little bit of card for a sentiment, cuts it beautifully. Now this is our 300 GSM pure print, and I purposely went for this card so I can see whether that V blade is going to actually deal with that, and it does. Look at it, it's a really nice deep V blade as well, that. So it'll go through quite a thick cardstock, hence the 300 GSM, all right? Then you're also going to get a regular hole punch. So this is quite cool. Look at how that works. That goes in there, click that down. You've got a hole there. So you've got that one, handheld one. This one is I thought this was a mini stapler. It's not, it's another hole punch. Look at that. How cool is that? Now, there's a little ridge there. I love punches. Honestly, I used to be obsessed with punches. They were brilliant. So you're going to do punch one. Let's just punch that down properly. There we go. Wiggle it out. Come on, where are you? There you are. And then you can move it along with that ridge. So you can go back and then do another one and butt it up to that ridge. It's a bit like, what's going on with that? Bear with. I have some bits stuck in it. There we are. That'll be why then. I remember I used to work for a company called Bramwell's, and we distributed EK Success punches. Oh my goodness, I could get those things to sing and dance. They were going around circles and all sorts. Look how neat that is. It's good, isn't it, that? Just a nice little one. Sometimes you just need a little one. And then you're also going to get a spare V-blade. And you're going to get a little corner rounder. This is really cool. How much is this? $24.99. So you're going to put that into there. Now you can see there's a little bit there and a little ridge there. Can you see how it comes out slightly? Just line it up to those two. Make sure that it's lined up to those two and it's in there. And then just press that down. That's 300 GSM. And it's dealing with that corner perfectly. Look at that. So sometimes we just want a little corner. I wonder if you can do the other thing with it. Let me see if I can get it to do that. Oh yeah, I bet you can. Bear with. Just breaking the tools. I'm not breaking them. Can I just put that out there in case anybody's watching them? Right, let's have a see if this will work. Might do. Let me see. Will it not punch without that on? Hang on. Give us a minute. Might not work like the other ones used to. No, it's not deep enough. I was going to see if I could get it to do a scalloped edge, but unfortunately I can't because it's a little punch. But these are fabulous. I love that. Sometimes do you know what it does? If you're somebody who journals or a scrapbooker, sorry, bear with, trying not to put rubbish all over the floor. If you've got 4 photographs on pages, and you want one of the photographs, the main focal photograph, to stand out from the others, and the journaling to stand out because it works with that photograph, just rounding your corners on your photographs and also on your journaling will show the recipient that those two things are different to the rest on the page. It makes it stand out. It's different. It's just a different way. Instead of matting and layering, it's a different way of doing that. So it's superb for that. And it's a really cool little thing to have. I quite like a rounded corner. I think it's a little bit more elegant sometimes than just a right angle. So, little mini trimmer, hole punch, another hole punch, spare blade, and your corner rounder, Shop Mini, $24.99. Now, if that'll go through your 300 GSM card, you're good, because a lot of paper punches won't do that. A lot of corner rounders don't do 300 GSM. They jam. That, perfect. Right, oh, and also, can I just show you this on mirror card as well? Because it worked on that as well. Look at that on your mirror card. Lovely, isn't it? Right, Shop Mini, $24.99 will get you that. Now, earlier on today, I had a show with crepe paper and Fleurs dies. Do our plates work in the Cut and Boss machine? No, the Cut and Boss was a thick plate. It had a thick base plate, so no, the plates won't work on that. The Cut and Boss had that deep mouth to it with that really heavy base platform on, so unfortunately it won't work on that. Sorry. Right, now then, let's talk about Fleurs, shall we? Because this is a deal and a half. Now, we've been bringing you crepe paper for quite a while now, and we used to bring you Fleurs flower forming foam, and that was okay, and it was all right. I could quite easily manipulate that, but I know a lot of people who had dexterity with the hands struggled. Crepe paper is one of the nicest, simplest, and easiest ways to make beautiful flowers. So we're bringing you 3 rolls of cream. They are, I think I can remember, 25 centimetres high by 60 centimetres wide. So they're about 10 inches by about 24. You work with the grain, so you make sure that the grain is vertical. And then you put your dies on top and cut them out. Now, I'm going to say something that I don't say very often. If you have a scan and cut, crepe paper is really difficult to cut. I tried it with the fabric blade, I tried it with the vinyl blade, the regular blade, tried it with the CM blade, and every single one of them lifted it off the mat. And the reason is because it's not a flat surface, so you can't get full contact with that mat. Okay, and it wants to lift. The only blade I found that cut this was the rotary blade, and that's a whole starter kit that you've got to buy, and I didn't want you to have to do that. So my suggestion would be, if you like the idea of making these, buy the dies, because it's cheap, much cheaper than buying the rotary blade. You've got your crepe paper, and then once you've got your dies home, cut them out of black, scan them in, and you've then got these in hundreds of sizes. Okay, now then, first of all, you've got your poppy. So when you look on here, you'll see that there's an arrow that goes down there. So you're going to take your crepe paper, you're going to make sure that the grain is vertical. So when I talk about the grain, I'm talking about that grain there. So you put your die on so that that is vertical, because that's where your stretch is. And there's 180% stretch in this. So it really does shape beautifully for your flowers. So you'll take a piece, fold it in half, put the edge of that die there, just over the edge of that crepe, so it's on the outside of that fold, so that when you cut it, it'll cut round there, and then it'll cut the other side, and when you open it out, you've got a full petal. Now you've got those in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different sizes. If that was $14.99 just by itself, I might not suggest that you buy it and cut them out and scan them in, but it's not. You're getting all 9 rolls of crepe, plus your poppies, plus your floral centres. Now these look really strange, don't they? But an oval is the best way of covering a polystyrene ball. Okay, so polystyrene ball for the centre of your poppy, and then you cover that with your crepe paper. I would use the black. We do have crepe paper that has black in the set. And then build your poppy around that. If you watch back the 1 o'clock show, I showed you how to use those. You've then also got your all day, everyday flowers and leaves. So these are when you just want to make some flowers. Don't have to be a specific flower, but some really pretty flowers. These would be nice as a tulip, actually, because they're quite big and they've got that lovely sort of wibbly wobbly line, as I like to call it, across the top. And then you've also got your big dies as well for your leaves. So if you want to make big flowers, you can as well. These will also cut through your fabric with the metal shim. They'll also cut through felt with your metal shim. And we sell something called petal porcelain from Cadence, which stiffens your fabric. So you could die cut it out of that, or you could cut them out first, then put your petal porcelain on and place them over something to give them shape. So if you wanted to make fabric flowers, you could do that as well with those. And then you're also going to get these dies. Now these are fabulous. They look like combs, don't they? They're your fringes. So you know your rolled flowers, they're those. These just by themselves in a bouquet look fabulous. So you're going to get that set of dies, which is normally £17.99 on a deal on its own. So you're paying £3 less than you would normally pay for that. You're also going to get that set, that set, that set, and all of that crepe paper for £14.99. You will still get your discount and you will still get your points. That, my friends, is bonkers. Now we have one more set that will give you your daffodil, your bluebell, and your classic tulip. So you're going to get all of these dies for £11.99. That's ridiculous. Before your discount, same thing again. Buy your dies, cut them out of black card, scan them in. You've then got hundreds of sizes of all of those shapes. Now, I don't say that very often because normally we do SVG files, but at this price, and if you want to make crepe paper flowers, you're much better off with dies than you are with a scan and cut. You can cut it with a rotary blade if that's something that you want to do. I'm not convinced, if I'm honest. I think these are a better way to go, but it's entirely up to you. It also cuts quite differently with a rotary blade. So it does a bit, then stops, then does a bit more, then stops, then does a bit more, then stops, then does a bit more. It's quite weird. But there, those 3 packs there, that is a cracking deal. Right, Fran, you asked me if I could use the foil pen through an embossing stencil. So let's have a see, shall we, and see if we can. That's nice to know, like 11 minutes before we go live. Flipping heck. This, apparently,
Get one of those.
you get one of these free with any purchase tonight. When did that happen?
Been on the sheet all day. Been there all day.
Not on my sheet.
I don't know, but yeah, he's been set up this morning.
Free gift with purchase. Just on this show.
On this show.
On this show. Buy any. Oh my goodness me. So you could buy those. Buy that lot for £14.99. How much is the? What's the cost price on this, Sam? Is it on the show by itself? How much is it? £6.99. So if you got that and all that for £14.99, take that off it, you're down to £8. Take your discount off it. Come on. Right? Right, come with me. I'm going to have to do this really quickly because we haven't got much time left. I was hoping that we'd get some good demos in today, but we haven't had much time. Right, let's get some of this masking tape. First of all, I'm just going to make sure that I'm telling you the right thing. Oh, my nails need doing the shocking at the moment, and I'm really sorry because I'm not going to get in before the end of the week. So I'm really sorry because they're not very pretty to look at. A little bit of masking tape there. I'll just grab a little bit of foil. Normally I would stencil spray on the back of that, but the reason I'm not doing is because it's an embossing one. And if you do that and then you run it through your die cutting machine, you'll not get it off. Yeah, there you go. Right, so normally what I would do is have stencil spray on the back of my stencil. Then when I lift that foil up to make sure that it's working, oh, I haven't switched one on, have I either? Flipping out, Melanie. We're not going to get to show you this now. So the idea is you're going to switch one of these on. You'll see it goes red. And I'm just going to check that that nib goes far enough down. It won't do anything on here now because it's not hot enough. But yes, absolutely, Fran, that will work because I can see I can get my nib down in there. Let's just try that tight little piece there. Yep, you can do that as well. Super easy to do. So you'll let that heat up. What I tend to do is outline with this. So you get the very fine nib with it. And then you also get your bold nib. So I outline with that one. and then fill in with that one. We also do wide nibs, and I'm hoping that they're on order. I'm sure Katie said she put an order in, because they're a game changer. They should be back in at some point this year. But for the meantime, this is why these are really good. And I used to do a lot of colouring in, you'll know, Ink Lily and Copics and all that kind of stuff. But I still had to really think about it. I couldn't just sit there and go like that, because I had to think about what colour was going with what now. I was blending, etc, etc. This is my craft, where I don't need to think about it. I can literally sit with a tray on my knee at night, have my little power bank with these plugged in, and I just outline, and then I just sit and colour in like that. And the best way to do it is to bounce it off here. So as I'm coming down like that, you're not going to see it because it's not hot enough, unfortunately, but you can see I just bounce off there. Don't put too much pressure on it, it doesn't need it. All right, you need a very, very light pressure. But if you've then got stencil spray on the back of that, if you lift it up and you've missed any bits, because this will then be stuck to the back of there, it's always in the right place when you put it back down. So this deal and a half, because you're buying the foils at $24.99 and you're getting a whole pen set free, which is ridiculous. If it was the pen at $34.99 and get the foils free, I get it, but it's not. It's buy the cheapest item and get the most expensive one free. And yes, you can use these foils with your foil set from Brother, because not only these are heat reactive foils, but because it's adhesive, it will stick on top of that anyway, which is great. So lots and lots and lots of goodies for you tonight. Please join me tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. We have got the Exploding Box SVGs from this morning. We're putting the stencils on, so we're going to have a good play. Probably in the 12 and 6 o'clock show with the stencils, where we take one flower head or one stencil. I'm about to go back to work now and just do some more bits and bobs with that, because I think that's going to be super cool. And then any questions that you've got, you can message in. We're also going to recap the book nooks tomorrow as well, which is very exciting. Let's draw a winner. Winner of 500 points. That's down to Sam. A lot of people tonight. The winner is Vicky Bowman. Well done, Vicky. Keep a message an eye out for a message from us, and we'll get those points added to your account. That was worth tuning in, wasn't it, for an hour? Right, I will see you bright and early tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. Don't be late. I'll see you then. You have a